needle on the groove, spinning 33 rounds. I'm outlasting the era, establishing new grounds. They uploading the drama, I'm logging completely off. Wearing tailored Italian, the fabric is absurdly soft. You boys are temporary, fighting for the algorithms. I'm sitting by the fireplace, analyzing the rhythms. The legacy is physical, carved into the heavy stone. I leave the internet alone and build a completely different throne. No digital footprint, I'm moving like an antique. They dropping every Friday, but the catalog is looking weak. I bought original masters, locked them inside a vault. If you can't weather the timeline, that's your personal fault. Sipping on a vintage that predates the whole internet. I'm collecting a currency, paying off every singular debt. Velvet right through the speaker cone, straight up. They stream for a minute, we caught in the ancient stone. Freebie street shifting, we been in the press. Watching the temporary empire shatter like glass. We pressing the vinyl while living the age, setting a fire and burning the physical page. Dust on the cover, I wipe it and drop the needle down. I turn the course of the sun and the shaking of the town. Vintage frames on the vision, looking at sepia tone. I walk in the gallery, making the masterpieces my own. Distorting the cello, I'm pitching it down to the basement. We build an entire aesthetic with zero replacement. Heavy distortion, I'm breaking the audio limits. You playing for seconds, I'm stretching the hours and minutes. Chopping the samples, I'm taking the soul from the 50. Mixing it up with a poison, the city is shifting. Antique furniture standing on top of the tables. We operate as an entity, bigger than all of the labels. Straight up. Analog heat is burning the wires inside of the book. I don't need a room, I'm only projecting the truth. Buzzing right through the speaker cone. They stream for a minute, we caught in the ancient stone. Freebie street shifting, we been in the brass. Watching the temporary empire shatter like glass. We pressing a vinyl while living the age, setting a fire and burning a physical page. Yeah, Thomas, you can't put a date on this. Melt it down. Yeah. Walking through the lobby, everybody wearing masks. Unspoken agendas, man, they got a lot of ass. I turn a simple handshake into a strict NDA. I'm moving like a phantom, I'm dictating how to play. They sitting at the table trying to count my every chip. I'm reading their expression, watching every single slip. They bluffing with a pair, I'm holding a royal flush. I operate in silence, I don't ever need a rush. The velvet ropes open without me saying a word. I'm orchestrating moves that the public has never heard. I paid the phantom toll, cost me pieces of my soul. But now I got the absolute and ultimate control. They fall for downfall, betting on the underdog. I leave them lost and wandering inside a heavy fall. My signature alone is shifting all the paradigm. I'm orchestrating masterclasses, committing no crime. Smoke and mirrors on the ceiling and we don't feel the floor. Every time we close it, then we open a new door. The nation of all the money turning green. The most calculated architects the game has ever seen. We paid the phantom toll. Now the game is fully ours. We moving through the labyrinth, counting up the hours. Cloudy shadow on the fell, dropping chips in the black. I ain't looking at the odds, I ain't never looking back. Metal plastic, try the car to the terminal is burning. Watch the cylinder revolve, yeah, the tables keep on turning. I've been running through a maze, walls are made of solid gold. I don't listen to the stories in the industry is told. Psychedelic in the suit, tailored for the heavy heights. Look into my eyes, yeah, the vision looking always spicy. I dropped the top in the desert, the sand is turning to glass. I'm pressing down on the pedal, I'm moving totally past. The simulation is glitching, I see the code in the matrix. I took a dose of reality, mix it up with the basics. I'm defying gravity, walking out the VIP, sparking up a tragedy. I'm sweeping the table, there's no chips left. We still in the crunch, yeah, it's grand if straight. The tax bracket is a myth, it's a fable. Now we taking the whole operation, tearing it down. up in this sweet Texas, he melting the concrete under this. I don't even check the price of the art on the wall. We don't ever see the ground, we don't ever zone. Severing ties with the fakes and the leeches. Buying the islands and closing the beaches. Venom is real and the toll is collected. The whole generation is highly infected. Smoking mirrors on the ceiling, we don't fit the floor. Every time we close a deal, we open a new door. Hallucination, hallucinating the vault of money, turning green. It's lit. The most calculated architecture game has ever seen. We paid the phantom toll. Now the game is fully ours. We moving through the labyrinth, counting up the hours. Crossing borders in the night, the navigator went completely blank. I got millions in the duffel, I don't need a single bank. Southern winds hitting the window, the tent is dark as cold. They tryna buy my presence, they can't afford the toll. I left the metropolis, left all the politics right in the rear. The vision is endless, the atmosphere out here is perfectly clear. They fighting for spots in the club, I'm buying up acres of land. I'm building an empire entirely out of the rock and the sand. The comfort is moving in silence, the engines are matching the sound. We kings of the road, we kings of the roots that ain't never been found. You boys are tethered to routers, you need a new Wi-Fi to live. I'm out in the wild, extracting whatever the desert can give. A modern day nomad, I'm carrying wealth of the ancestors' head. I'm making the legendary moves that nobody actually did. Crimson dust kicking up from in a tire. Leaving a trail through the smoke and the fire. Out of the green, yeah, we losing the signal. Moving away, keeping everything minimal. Long way from home, but we on the estate. I don't know why, yeah, we sealing your fate. Look at the sun, it's melting the paint on the hood. I'm out of the system, I'm doing exactly whatever I should. Your wrist doing 200, I'm kicking the dirt in the air. I look at the map and it's empty, but honestly, I do not care. Mirages are forming, I'm seeing the water is turning to gold. I'm writing a story that none of the history books ever told. Lit, cactus jack, bandana, covering up half of my face. We leaving the planet, we totally out of the human race. Raging so hard in the dunes of the sand, it's turning to glass. I'm pressing the pedal, I'm watching the centuries rapidly pass. Psychic pelican rising the sky, it's turning to red. I'm catching the vibes from the spirits of all of the legends who bled. Straight up, no paparazzi, no flash, it's just me and the endless divide. I'm taking a whole operation right onto a permanent rise. Lit, Criminals that's kicking up front of the tire. Leaving the trail through the smoke and the fire. Out of the green, yeah, we losing the signal. Moving away, keeping everything minimal. Long way from home, but we on the estate. I don't know why, yeah, we sealing your fate.
You can map this out. Crimson dust moving moon.
Under the jet with it, I'm in it freezing. Side on the table with us, we got teasing. Yeah. I traded the beaches for brutalist structures. My circle is solid, devoid of the ruptures. They building with wood, I'm constructing with stone. I'm sitting in rooms where the walls catch a tone. We cross over oceans to set up the bases. I'm reading the room, I can see all the faces. The empire heavy is cast out of lead. I'm moving in silence, digesting the bread. They throwing they stones at a fortress of steel. I'm teaching the industry how to be real. 100 degrees to a -10. We shifting the climate again and again. They tryna breathe, but they lacking the codes. I'm laying the concrete and paving the road. Monolith standing alone in the cold. We casting the iron, we never unfold. Echoing loud through the concrete halls. Unbreakable berries and scalable walls. We built it so heavy it's sinking the ground. The coldest aesthetic that ever was found. Yeah, stomping the boots on the solid cement. I don't even know where the enemies went. Look at the structure is touching the clouds. I'm losing my hearing from all of the crowds. Raging so hard that we crack the foundation, transmitting the energy over the nation. Ice on the grill, it be matching the weather, holding the whole operation together. Yeah, drop the suspension, the rover is crawling. Hey, look at the numbers, they praying, we falling now, we multiplying. We out in the tundra, the compass and dying straight up. Cactus Jack Parker surviving the freeze. I'm bringing the industry right to his knees. Distorting the bass till it shatters the ice. I'm rolling the boulder, I'm rolling the dice. Rolling the dice. We catching the iron, we never gonna fall. Echoing loud through the concrete halls. Unbreakable barriers, scalable walls. We built it so heavy it's sinking the ground. The coldest aesthetic that ever was found.
Cruising over the glaciers, the window is freezing with ice. I'm making a global connection, I don't even look at the price. Yeah, crossing the prime meridian, losing the track of the day. I look at the map on the screen, the competition is fading away. We jumping from continent straight to the next, I sleep in the sky. They sending me messages, asking me how, I never reply. Look, the cabin is pressurized, keeping the heavy emotion contained. I look at the legacy, look at the absolute power we gain. No borders up here, just the stars and the satellite beams. I'm fully awake, but I'm living inside of the craziest dreams. They stuck in the traffic, they fighting for inches of ground. I'm moving in orbit, I'm making a totally different sound. The altitude sickness is hitting them hard, they catching a chill. I'm sitting on top of the summit, commanding the absolute will. Meridian lines, we cutting right through the globe. Out of the atmosphere, wearing a heavy winter robe. Aurora borealis, the sky is turning to green. The most elevated perspective the world has ever seen. We flying so high that the gravity starts to bend. We crossing the longitude, riding it out to the end. Yeah, drop oxygen mask, I'm breathing the fire direct. I'm checking the radar, the turbulence hitting correctly. G-force pushing me back in the seat, I'm losing my mind. I leave all the cities and all of the microscopic problems behind. We out in the stratosphere, look at the diamonds, they matching the atmosphere. It's lit, ice on the bezel, it look like the snow on the peak. Speaking a language that none of these mortals can speak. Yeah, psychedelic horizon, the sun is rising at night. I look out the window, I'm catching the ultimate flight. Straight up, breaking the sound barrier, shaking the whole of the sky. I don't need a parachute, honestly, I am too ready to fly. Cactus Jack boarding pass, scanning the barcode in red. I'm living the visions that constantly looping inside of my head. It's lit. Meridian lines, we cut her and right through the globe. Out of the atmosphere, wearing a heavy winter. Aurora borealis, the sky is turning to green. The most elevated perspective the world has ever seen. We flying so high that the gravity starts to bend. We crossing the longitude, riding it out to the end.